What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Why We Love PlayStation VR. Sitting across from me this week and every week, he's the king of all VR, King himself. He's a detective. I got nothing. He's a detective. Had an Elvis Costello thing going on. Didn't work out. It's Jeremy King.
Hey, hello, everybody. And sitting next to my left, not next to me.
What's with this introduction?
I don't know.
It's the worst introduction we've ever had.
My left, regular old, normal girthy sized Brian Paul.
I like the old part of that. Regular old.
You're not
regular
old.
middle-aged.
Middle-aged. Not even. I don't know if are we considered middle-aged?
We're men of a certain age.
Yeah. Distinguished gentlemen.
I don't know how things work.
No, I don't either.
Yeah.
I'm still 16 in my head, so I mean, as far as I know, I'm not even, 20 yet.
And every week on Why We Love PlayStation VR, we dip into the PSVR archive. We pull out a game.
Fool.
Random. We play the crap out of it.
Yeah.
We check into it, see if it's been given any love by the developers, any updates, any DLC, any patches, and then we let you know, the loyal game cats, if it's worth your time. That being said, Jeremy, what game did we decide to play this week?
L.A Noire VR Case Files.
And L.A Noire VR Case Files. That's a great sound effect. We should have started the show with that. By Rockstar Games.
Yeah.
This is interesting.
The loudest Rockstar symbol at the beginning of the game ever. It's just startling how loud that thing is.
Yeah. Came out September 24th, 2019. So not terribly old. Only about 5 months old at this point.
Yeah.
For $29.99. Mm-hmm. What kind of game is L.A Noire, the VR Case Files, Jeremy?
Try to compile a bunch of things I thought this game fell under category-wise, or an umbrella. And it's definitely, I want to say, hidden object game, because you're researching and finding clues.
Okay.
There's some gunfighting in there. It's open world, but there's nowhere to go except the one place
Definitely
for the next
open
mission.
world.
So
Yeah.
I'd say it's an open world exploration detective type of adventure.
Yeah, I mean, like, as loosely as I could possibly put it, I would say this is a Grand Theft Auto style open world game. Mm-hmm. But it's drastically different than a Grand Theft Auto game.
Very, very different. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So you play as Detective Cole Phelps, and if anybody played the original on 360 or PlayStation 3 back in 2011.
I can't believe it was that long ago.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
that is so, 9 years ago.
Right? But the date doesn't sound that long ago.
No.
Sounds like a couple years. It's
Anything
like, oh yeah, Skyrim came out in 11.
Anything after 2000 sounds like very recent.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you played L.A Noire on
Yes,
PS3
I
or
did.
360 maybe?
That time I think it was 360 I played.
I mean, drastically different from what we're playing today.
Oh yeah.
Right? There were 22 missions.
Yeah.
It was third person.
Yeah.
And it was
A lot more populated environment-wise.
yeah.
Yeah, more going on. This is just definitely snippets of the actual game. It's almost like a summary.
And not a good summary.
No, it's very disjointed. There's no continuity.
Yeah, for a game that is very story driven.
Yeah.
Right? You're a detective and you're solving crimes and you're going from case to case, and it, like in the original game,
Yeah.
it all works together to tell
flowed.
one overarching story.
Yep.
Then you play this, and you're and I mean, they almost don't connect at all. By the time, if you didn't play the original on, last gen,
Yep.
it's possible that by the end of this game, you're not going to have any fucking idea what's going on.
Nothing. It's almost like when you watch a DVD and then you like stop watching it before you finish. You rent it again. You put it in. You go to the scene selection, and you select your scene. It just throws you in. That's kind of what it is. It seems like there's a scene selection. You jump in, and then boom, they'll discuss things that happened previous, and you're like, whoa, did I miss a chapter?
Yeah.
No, they just didn't put it in.
Yeah. I mean, we're getting, about a third of the original game.
I would say that.
Not in any kind of order, except they're in sequential order, but
For the
there's
missions.
missing chapters between
yeah.
them all. I don't want to say go play the original game before you play this.
No, yeah.
But I do want to say don't play this for the story. Take each individual mission as its own kind of...
like a little mini episode.
Perfect.
Perfect.
A mini episode. Mm-hmm. So I think the best way to go through this
Yep.
is to describe what you're doing in this game. I feel like we should take a generic mission and kind of run through kind of how it all plays out.
Okay.
Right? So generally, you're talking to either your superior,
Yeah.
or you get a call on the radio, and somebody goes, "Dude, there's a case happening. You need to go investigate something that's going down right now.
Not even politely. They're like, "Oh, get your ass over there, boyo!" And then you're like, "All right, I'm going."
Especially at the beginning, because you're sort of going through the ranks.
Yeah.
Again, the game's not really good at telling you that you're going through the ranks. That you're starting off as like a traffic officer and then
cop. Yeah.
It's you just it happens and with to no fanfare at all.
Yeah, really quick too. It's like, "Oh, buy yourself 2 suits. You're gonna need them, laddie." And you're a detective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so generally, you hop in the car.
Yep.
Let's talk about driving.
Sure.
Let's take this piece by piece.
All right, let's do it.
All right. What did you think of the driving in L.A. Noire, the VR case files?
I thought the driving was pretty neat.
Yeah.
I thought how you grab the steering wheel with the hands and you don't even have to. You know, you could do one hand.
You could.
But you had the 2 hands. You have to turn the engine on, you know, and set your destination, all that. It was really neat. So, and responsive. And I mean,
responsive.
Slick wheels, you know, that car spun out like crazy.
Yeah.
But if you were a little bit relaxed on the trigger finger, you'd do all right, you know.
Right.
With the sliding around. But I thought it was pretty neat.
Yeah, your right trigger on the move controller accelerates, your left trigger decelerates.
Yeah.
Or brakes, I guess.
Brakes.
Would be the word. Yeah.
That sound, I was like, oh.
You're driving a 1940s boat.
Yeah.
I mean, and you go through a series of different cars in the game, but they all handle relatively the same.
Yeah.
Like very...
Like a tank.
Like a tank. I mean, these things
They won't stop easy. This isn't, you know, Vin Diesel type of vehicles here, Fast and the Furious. This is like, you know, like something that, oh my God, Jeepers Creepers would drive.
Wow, that's obscure reference.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you take a turn and you hear like metal against metal. It's like clanging.
Yeah.
Like, is this car gonna make it?
Yeah.
But it all really adds to the feeling. You take that turn, you hear, and you're like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's just everything feels right while you're driving. This might be my favorite car to drive in any PlayStation VR game ever.
Yeah,
and that includes
I agree.
like Drive Club VR.
Yeah, Wipeout.
Well, that's totally
It
different.
was insane, yeah.
But I mean, yeah, it just the driving feels great.
Yeah.
And when you're driving around, I mean, it places a marker on the map.
Yeah.
You know, this is all taken from L.A. Noire.
Oh, yeah,
last
the
gen.
original, yeah.
But you were doing that in third person.
Yeah.
And this changes everything.
It does,
Right?
yeah.
I think on PlayStation 3, driving from place to place felt so pointless because there wasn't anything to do from point to point.
No.
And there's not here either.
No.
But driving's way more fun.
Yeah.
You can pull that little handle that says warp to destination.
Warp, yeah.
But who wants to pull it? Like half the fun in this game is just driving from place to place.
Yeah.
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 So driving's awesome.
Yeah, driving is awesome. Even getting out of the car, grabbing the handle, pushing it open. You
Yeah.
know, they even had that. It wasn't just like you arrived and now you're outside the car.
Although,
Yes.
very frequently, like you open the car door and then it fades to black and then
Weird
it fades.
scene. Yeah.
There's a lot of immersion breaking moments like that.
Big time.
They say, hey, you're gonna drive a car and you're gonna open the door to get out and you're gonna like take your hat off your head
Yeah.
and throw it or whatever. But then it keeps fading.
It would fade, yeah, and then you would see the little, clip thingy when they do in a movie or something
yeah.
to let you know this is a cut scene.
And you're watching it sometimes from first person,
Yeah.
sometimes from third person.
You're like, where am I? And then you realize you're disjointed. You're just some entity watching, and then there you are.
Right.
And then again, you're in it. You're in your body again. It's like what Sam Beckett would feel like, I imagine. But yeah, it was all over the place with that, which I thought was awkward.
I love the references today. Sam Beckett. Who the fuck gets a Quantum Leap reference in an L.A. Noire review?
Well,
Only you.
only on,
I love it.
PSVR without parole.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't play on the OG.
Okay.
I played on the Pro, and it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
How's it looking on the OG?
I thought it looked great.
Yeah.
There was not, even their facial expressions, because this game originally was huge on the facial expressions. They used this new technology back in the day to try to capture every little bit of movement of the mouth, because you really needed to, during the interrogation portion of the game, see if they're lying or not, with the little cues to their, if they're not looking at you or they're like...
A little shifty-eyed.
Yeah, doing that kind of thing. And this translated well into VR. Like, I was a little nervous that it'd be like, "Bang, bang, bang, bang," and you're like, how can I tell if they're lying or not? But it was like just like it was back
Yeah,
then.
it worked. It worked.
Yeah, even their teeth, their tongue, everything was spot on. Every little word.
Right.
Yeah, so it looked great.
So you open the door. Mm-hmm. Now you're at a crime scene.
Yeah.
Somebody might be dead. They might something. Usually a body.
Usually someone's dead.
Right. And so you're investigating. You're talking to people who might have witnessed something.
Yeah.
Possible eyewitnesses.
Everybody is unbelievably racist. in this game.
Right.
Oof.
They try. I think there's even a warning at the beginning of the game, right? They say, "Just FYI,
Yeah.
we're just being realistic here."
And I forgot when that game originally came out. That was a big thing. They're like, it's a little racist sounding, but it's just because of the timepiece it's in.
Right.
And oof, yeah, they are.
It's pretty racist.
Uh-huh.
Also, people will turn on you like on a dime. You say
Yeah,
you're being good cop, good cop. You're picking good cop, bad cop, or accused.
Accused, yeah.
And you've also got, well, oh man, we got to talk about the notepad in a second.
Notepad, yeah.
But man, so you're like trying to be good cop, trying to be as nice as you can. The second you pick bad cop or accused at the wrong point,
Yeah.
you're like, I don't have to talk to you anymore. I think I deserve a lawyer, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And you're just like, well, we were having this good conversation. And then
Right.
turned on a dime.
And even if you choose good cop, they might just be, they needed a push.
Yeah.
And you should have chose accused or bad cop. You got to read these people and try to push in a
I had a
certain way.
hard time reading people.
Oh, I was awful.
Yeah.
I would. Do you know how many times my officer told me, "Get back in there, boyo!
Yeah. Oh,
Get it!"
so many
You know, I so many times.
Yeah.
I almost rage quit moments into the game. I'm like, you know
Oh,
what?
no, that first interrogation was,
Yes.
it was trial and error.
Yeah.
I'd be like, okay, well, I picked this last time. I'm
You
going to
have to
pick
go
this
through
time.
it all again.
Yeah, that's actually where I quit the first time around.
The
where I was like, this
original
isn't
game
worth
did
it.
that. I got nervous because I'm like, shit. I remember why I wasn't the biggest fan
Right.
of the original.
But I feel like that was sort of this weird roadblock that happened early in the game.
Yeah.
And then kind of never happened again.
Never again.
Like there was never this trial and error. Oh, got to do
No.
it again. Got to do it again. Got to do
Yeah.
it again. They just kind of like let you slide.
They let it go. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're walking around.
Yep.
You're talking to people, potential eyewitnesses,
Yep.
potential suspects.
Yep.
And then there's stuff all over the ground.
Everywhere.
I mean, like it's like a trash bag exploded on every single site. Everybody
Everybody throws nylon, a box of nylons.
Yeah.
Everybody throws away cigarettes.
Oh yeah, cigarette packs everywhere.
Oh yeah. There's what else was there? There was crushed cups. A couple of crushed cups.
There's tools. There's everything.
Yeah. There's tools, wrenches everywhere.
Everywhere.
Everybody misplaces a wrench.
Right?
Yeah.
But yeah, if you live in L.A. in the 1940s, you don't need a hardware store. Just walk out into the alley and just find what you need. It's
You're
laying
done,
on the,
right?
It's fine. It's there
I
somewhere.
need a 3/8. Let's go down to the corner. You know.
Right. So and this was something that I didn't feel like it was cool on PlayStation 3 or 360, where you'd pick something up and I think you'd use the analog sticks, right?
I forget to like rotate and move around a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
And you kind of try to investigate something from every angle.
Yeah.
But that's something I do in VR games anyway.
Yeah.
Anytime I pick something up, I go, I want to look at, even if I know there's nothing on the back of it,
Right.
I always do this.
Right. Yeah.
Right. And so that's why this works perfectly in L.A. Noire.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to do it in on a flat screen
No.
with my DualShock 3.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
But with the move controllers in VR, I was like, I want to look at everything.
Everything,
Pick up
yeah.
every little piece of trash until you find what you're looking for.
Right. And what was awesome too is there wasn't that disjointed feel of where my legs. You look down, you saw your body, your hands, your arms, the hat, the rim.
Yeah.
Up on the upper part of the screen that you could lift up and take off and exchange it for other hats if you
Or
saw them.
just throw it into the road.
Throw it, you
I
know?
don't need that hat anymore.
No.
Yeah.
The opposite of indie, you know? Just get rid of your hat.
There you go.
But yeah, it was so very immersive in that sense.
Very.
And with the crime scenes, so when you approach, you open the door, you're at a crime scene, there's the body, you know, generally. And what's neat is you can examine the body, like you can flip them over and open a coat and grab something out of their pocket if they have it, maneuver their head around their hand depending on the crime.
Yeah.
So it was really neat doing all that. Bush, you see Bush in this game and boob. There was Bush and boob.
There's nudity.
There's nudity.
Yeah.
Female nudity. And there was male nudity in the original. I think I remember.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's been a while. That was like the only Rockstar game I've ever played from beginning to end and actually
Oh, really?
finished.
Wow.
Yeah.
A lot of Zohan action. But anyways, yeah. So you and visually there's the cues with the music when there's a clue you found, and then it gets sketched into your notebook, which is pretty awesome with the notebook.
We should probably talk about
Let's talk about the
the
notebook.
Notebook.
Yeah. Not the movie.
Not the movie.
Never seen that one.
It made me cry.
Did it?
Hashtag Brian cries at everything.
Was that a Ryan Gosling film?
I think so.
Who was the woman in it?
I don't know.
Somebody famous one.
I wouldn't have even known Ryan Gosling if you didn't just say it. But
Oh, really?
But that's very true. I don't know actors and actresses.
Yeah.
So here's whenever you start a case, the
Yeah.
very first thing you should do is grab your chest like you're having a heart attack.
Yeah.
And click I think the trigger.
It was a trigger.
Right?
Yeah.
And then that pulls out your notepad.
Yep.
And like, man, they don't tell. I really don't think this game tells you how to like walk around, and it tells you how to turn, and it tells you how to like climb over fences.
Yeah.
But it doesn't tell you really how to use your notebook.
No.
And man, it should, because you should have this notebook out 24/7.
Oh my God.
Constantly.
I mean, just the pencil. I thought the pencil part of it was awesome. So
Oh, yeah.
whatever hand you grab your notebook in, the opposite hand you got your pencil. And of course, this preset, you know, like if you want to examine something or ask a question, you would click on that,
Yes.
you know, or touch the pencil to it and hit your trigger. But you would leave little pencil marks everywhere because you can literally write on on the picture, draw a face over the sketch of the person you're interrogating. Yeah. But you can also, when you're in the car, you grab your notebook out automatically because you can set your destination or set warp to destination and avoid the pointless driving if you didn't want to go through the empty streets.
Yeah, this notebook has everything you need. The second you're assigned the case, you should be pulling that out, because I really feel like even the cutscenes don't give you enough information. You're like, oh, I'm going to go investigate a murder.
Yeah.
But they don't tell you anything. You pull the notepad out, and there's like a whole page of information. Be like, I'm
Yeah.
just going to sit here and read this before I do anything else.
Yep.
And so you do that. Yeah, you get in the car, you set the destination. You know, there's when you're interrogating people.
Yep.
That'll be where all the evidence you found is listed.
Yeah.
And so you can use that evidence against them during interrogations.
Make them say, I'm not talking to you anymore. And you're like, God damn it, I shouldn't ask that question.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, before you leave any crime scene, you should pull out the notebook again and see if things are crossed off.
Yes.
Like, I mean, it's super important, and they really don't explain how to use it very well at all in the game.
And that's how I knew a lot of times leaving a crime scene that I left something undiscovered, because I'd look at my notepad and it wasn't crossed out.
Right.
And I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah, the worst
I'm
thing
going
is
back.
getting in your car, driving for 10 minutes,
Yeah.
and then being like, oh crap, I got to go back.
Yeah.
And you set destination warp.
Right? Yeah.
Let's just
And
get
done.
Right. And so then you'll generally find someone to arrest, or and then interrogate, and then whatever, kind of moves on to the next.
Yeah, it's just like clue to clue. You go here, examine that. You might pull out a paper with somebody's name on it, and then you can go to the little call boxes on the street corners.
Yep.
Call the police station and say, you know, they would automatically be like, I need an address for the Bobbity-Bob person. Then you have your address, so you can go to that location. Usually interact with somebody that wants to fight you. You knock them out because there's a fighting aspect where you get to punch people, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah. What did you think of the fighting?
It was easy.
It was easy,
But I thought
I never got knocked out.
No.
I barely ever got punched.
No, you just block and then you crack them, and they react wherever you hit them.
Yeah.
You know, or slap them.
Slapping was way more fun. It took forever to take him down just by slapping.
Oh yeah.
I felt like I was in a Three Stooges
Right,
movie
yeah.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. Definitely too easy, but,
Yeah.
but it's nice that they threw these things in there. Like we're talking about driving, we're talking about shooting, we're talking about
Shooting, yeah.
fighting. I mean, there is a ton of different styles of gameplay in this.
Yeah.
It crams it all together. How long did it take you to beat, roughly ish?
4.5, I'd say. 4.5, 5 hours.
Come on,
Yeah.
you're insane.
I know you said it was like 8 hours.
It took me almost 8 full hours
Yeah.
to do all 7 cases.
Yeah.
There was like some mini games you can like do.
I got to tell you why. I reduced probably 2 hours because after the first couple of missions, I warped to every destination.
Oh, that would save a ton of time.
Hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And plus, if you remember any of these cases from the
Yeah.
original, which I didn't.
I
man.
did not.
Like 9 years ago, I was drinking heavily.
I thought they were all new cases.
They felt pretty new. I remember that maybe the first one.
Yeah.
And then in the last one.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, wait a minute. I understand what's happening in this last case because I sort of remember the original game.
Yeah.
But like no one else. If you're new to this, you're not gonna have any idea what's going on.
No. And where did was this the 40s or the 20s? It's 40s takes place?
I mean, I've been saying 40s.
Yeah, I don't know
But if
when.
it's the 20s, I apologize.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know my history.
It's probably the 40s.
40s. Everyone was racist.
They were talking
in
about
40s.
commies and stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
But my God,
Everyone was racist.
those cans,
Yeah.
those are some hardy looking nuggets in that
Oh, yeah,
that can.
there's
I didn't
there's some
think
weed.
1940s had that quality looking, butt around.
Super illegal in the 40s.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
One guy said it's the worst thing to happen since communists.
That must have been Reefer Madness, right? That was
It was Reefer Madness, yeah.
we didn't even talk about any of the gunplay.
No,
It's not terribly common.
no, only 2 times.
I remember 3
Wasn't many.
shootouts.
Yeah, Reefer Madness, the different kind of war,
Yep.
and in the beginning-ish.
The bank robbery.
The
right?
bank robbery with the shotgun.
Yeah, and so and I have so many issues with the shootouts.
Yeah.
Because again, it's really cool that it's there.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like there's issues.
Yeah, there is.
Right. So during some of the longer shootouts where you're actually going through a warehouse and you're taking down guys one by one by one, they're dropping like machine guns or different kinds of guns on the ground.
Yeah.
You can't pick those up.
No.
Also, I really think that this game was designed with teleportation in mind instead of full locomotion.
Yeah.
Because during those shootouts, it was so much easier to like use teleportation and just be like, oh, I want to go to that next like secure location over there.
Absolutely, yeah.
And you could do that. If you tried to run over there, you'd get shot 20 times.
Done. Yeah.
It didn't make any sense.
And then there's no strafing or anything too, so the movement is like, talk
about tank controls.
Yeah, wicked.
Yeah,
it was horrible like that.
Now I complained about the smooth turning quite a bit because I felt like there was like this acceleration where it started slow and then accelerating as you're turning.
True.
Like some momentum to the turn, and then it slows down.
Yeah,
and it was twisting my stomach up. Like I would say it was like a tinge of motion sickness.
Wow, I'm surprised with you with that. I almost thought you'd be immune to that.
Yeah.
I did not experience any.
Nice.
Not once. With Pilot Wings, we couldn't even do a Why We Love on Pilot Wings because of how nauseous I got from that game.
We also couldn't do a Why We Love on Pilot Wings because it came out on the Super Nintendo in 1990.
I mean, not Pilot Wings, Ultra Wings,
Yeah. Same game though, right, bro?
Oh yeah,
Pretty
same
similar.
game. Yeah, except that one didn't make me sick.
Right.
And I loved it. Ultra Wings. Thought it was really neat. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So not enough shootouts. Not enough shootouts.
No.
Not enough car chases.
No.
For a game that does driving so well.
Unbelievably
was it,
well.
What, 2 car chases?
That was it. Yeah.
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 And I say that I wish there was more, but also each one took me like 7 tries.
Yeah. I would
was
lose
terrible.
them. Me too.
Yeah.
They were wonderful on the track. They knew where they were going, and that car stuck. Me, I'm like, right. My partner's like, that's a fucking goddamn human. I'm hitting people. I just don't care.
Yeah.
Oh, that's one thing they removed out of this. Remember the property damage you would have on the original L.A. Noire? Every box you hit, every pole, you would rack up damages, and you were costing the city. They didn't have that in this.
What were the repercussions?
I don't remember. I don't think
taken out of your salary that like.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they just got rid of it because they're like, why do we even put that in there?
A little strange.
Yeah.
So we mentioned that it's open world.
Yeah.
You can really drive all through LA.
Yeah.
It's very.
And it's like unique, every portion of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Every area feels like a different area. It's like,
Different
this is a
neighborhoods.
residential district over here, and every storefront looks different.
Yep.
Kind of like a little curious how they do it.
I know. Right?
And for anyone who is curious, I know a lot of people when I was doing my live stream was like, "Can you just get out of the car and walk around?" Yeah, you can totally do that too.
Oh yeah.
You can walk around the whole city if you want to.
Yep.
And there is an element. I know some people in the comments of the review were saying that they're, they err on the side of like virtual tourism. And so if you just want to like check out this city and walk around it, I mean, there's a minuscule amount of stuff to do. Like there's a museum that you can go and just like walk into.
Oh really?
Yeah. And so there is stuff to do, but it's not like you're gonna see any random crimes that you have to stop or any like
which they
side
didn't really do
missions
too much in the original either.
Nothing.
There was very,
as far as I know, none.
Yeah, there was once in a while I think a perp would run somewhere and then you get out and chase him.
But that would have been an amazing thing to add for this.
Yeah.
Maybe like, oh, driving is so much fun. Let's make it worth your while.
Yep.
Like just driving down the street, you get a call, be like, hey, there's a robbery happening, and blah 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 blah. It's sweet.
And stop. Get out and run.
Get out and run.
Yeah.
It would have been awesome.
True.
But there are collectibles.
There are collectibles,
right, in the form of badges, which you just find randomly at different crime scenes or in your own office.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, just sitting in your office.
There's also vinyls, records.
There's records.
Yeah, which I found maybe 3 of.
I think I found 2 records and 3 comics or books or whatever they are.
Oh right, I forgot. There's also comic books.
There was only like 8 of those, I think, though.
I found so few of any of them. I felt like I spent so much time at each crime scene.
Yep.
But I still found nothing.
I know, right?
I had like 2 or 3 of each of the collectibles.
Do you know how many times? I'm not gonna give it. I was just gonna give a spoiler away. In the chicken coop.
I had to give you.
I heard.
Yeah,
I haven't listened to it yet. Yeah, I heard on the comments somebody said the beep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't believe any of your swearing or any of your fucking crazy Jeremyisms, but yeah, no.
Spoiler. I forget what the spoiler was, but yeah, it was a good one.
It was the very first password of Shadow Legend.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, if you find those vinyls,
Yeah.
throughout the streets of L.A.,
Yeah.
they show up in your office, and you can actually listen to them on your
the
record player.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Right. You just want to hang out in your office and
Right.
smoke a pipe or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. The loaded gun laying right there on your desk.
I tried to shoot myself so many times.
I know, looking at the barrel. Yeah. Right.
And then the final collectible, quote
Yeah.
unquote, I guess, is landmarks. You're driving around and you see a landmark and it pops up. You're like, oh, one of 30 landmarks found.
Real world places.
This kind of gives you a reason to drive around. Like if you're not rushing through it for a review, or if if you want to get the most for your money, you could certainly spend an extra 10 hours with this game and just search every single corner for every single collectible.
Does day and night cycle on its own, or is that mission based?
It seems to be mission based.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I thought driving around at night would have been neat, but if you're too invested in a mission, you just got to get there.
Driving around at night, I will tell you,
dark.
Very dark. It was very difficult. I found myself riding down railroad tracks a few times.
Yeah.
I was like, there's got to be a better way to get from here to
no
there.
street lights, Yeah. Or very few.
Dude, I think we got to rate this thing. We're going along already.
Wow.
Let's do this.
Yeah, let's do it.
What's our rating scale, Jeremy?
Well, number one, absolutely got to get this game. It's fucking fantastic. There's no beeping. We're just going to spill it all out. No bleeping out.
Yeah.
Number two, might be a few bleeps. Got to rate a PG. You might want to wait for it to be discounted. There's some...
I fucking hate the MPAA.
Right? And then number three, it's complete garbage. You just stay away from this. It's like finding a cigarette pack or a nylon pack in the streets of L.A. Noire VR case files. You just don't even need to examine it.
Straight to DVD.
Straight to DVD or VHS.
VHS, even worse.
Even worse.
Yeah.
So, Brian,
hey,
what do you rate this?
This is going to be the toughest rating I've ever given, and I've been considering it all day long.
Okay.
Because I will tell you right now, I'm still deciding.
Yeah.
But there were a few things that this game could have done to make it a Grand Slam home run.
Sure.
Right. This is perfect that we're doing it this week, because we're coming off of the heels of Shadow Legend from last week.
Yeah.
Where there's a ladder. I'm going to climb the ladder. I'm going to hang from the ledge. I'm going to do everything. Yeah. And this game goes none of that, Brian.
Nope.
None of that. You see a ladder. You have to kind of just point at it and teleport, and then it teleports you to the top of the building or whatever. Yeah. It's like, oh, I gotta scale this drain pipe and get to the top of the roof. Oh, I gotta even stairs. Right? Climbing up stairs takes so long because it slows you down so much, because I think they're scared of motion sickness.
Right. And from Rockstar, how many people work there?
1 million.
Right. And Shadow Legend, 2.
Yeah. To not really give us the immersion that VR brings, when they did it so well in so many other parts of the game.
Yeah, right.
I gotta ding this so hard for that.
Yeah.
And also, there's just some. I really think if you're gonna choose 7 of L.A. Noire's original 22 missions, I don't think that maybe these were the best 7.
No.
Like 4 of them were really good.
Yeah.
And 3 of them were like, eh.
Right.
And so I want to give this a 1 so much, but I can't.
Sure.
It is $30, and so it's not full price, but it's a 9-year-old game that we got a third of. It's like, for every good, there's something bad.
Yeah.
Right? I said in my review, this is my most favorite and the least favorite game on PlayStation VR at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, it's a game I think everyone should play, but I think if you played it for $22 instead of $30, you'd like it so much more.
True.
This is the strongest 2 I've ever given. Look at that. I kind of came to it naturally.
You did.
Can't give it a 1 because there's just a few too many problems.
Sure.
But man, it is a very, very amazing 2.
Sure.
Yeah. What about you?
So, at first, it took me a few. When I got into that first interrogation, I realized right there that, oh, wow, I had high hopes for the original L.A. Noire, but I didn't really like it. And I kind of forgot all about that.
Yeah.
That I didn't really dig it too much. So, avoiding rage quitting, and being like, God damn it, Jeremy, you have to play this game. I stuck through. Nice. And after that interrogation, and after a few long story short, I started getting into it, and I started enjoying it, and I loved looking around for the clues and maneuvering things, spending my time following the blood trails, or examining a library card and getting the location, and beating up people, in the interrogations. Thank God there weren't many, so I'm thankful there wasn't much interrogations. But the Notebook, the immersion was great. You know, seeing your whole body, even in the mirror when you're looking around, the hats too, and I thought all that was great. The gunplay, while it wasn't too often, it was really neat. I enjoyed it. I wish the controls were a little bit tighter. They were very, Rockstar tends to make a lot of options in your controller. Like so if you do all these and then you hold this and then you got all these options and you hold this and it's all, so there's a lot to remember. Yeah. This wasn't, I mean, it was a little weird.
It felt like there was a lot of stuff going on.
I was
pushing the wrong button constantly.
Yes, that happened quite often where you want to grab something, a load of weapon, you grab it and you're like, no.
Right.
So all that was a little awkward. But other than that, I totally agree with you on the 2. I think it's a solid 2. I feel that the only reason I'm giving this a 2 is because there's no overarching story to connect it all. There's no case 1, case 2 leading to conclusion of all of these cases and just, having it naturally flow. It just seemed disjointed, every one of these missions. So you couldn't really get into it too much. It was like you were watching your favorite show and didn't get to see the episode last week.
Right.
So a solid 2. I mean, graphically it looks great. They got it all down with the facial animations. Was the best there is in any VR game by far.
Yeah.
I think.
I think so.
Oh yeah. The open world, spot on.
Yep.
Best out of most originally. Well, I can't say most originally generated or created VR game. There's a lot of great ones out there.
Sure.
But real world locations, I guess. So without a doubt, solid 2. And if it was $10, yeah, this would be a 1.
$10.
Oh yeah, we'll go 10.
Yeah, that's your price point of
for a 1. Yeah, 20 would be I'd be on the fence, like, what do I rate this?
Yeah.
But yeah, 30.
Yeah,
solid 2. Yeah,
awesome. Yep, I'm saying $22 or less.
Yeah.
But also, honestly, like I saw so many people say this is my favorite PSVR game, and I get it.
Oh, I totally can understand that.
I do. Yeah. Like if you wanted to not just play through this and get the bare minimum out of it, like in the 5 to 8 hours it might take you,
yeah,
and you wanted to search for all those collectibles, and you wanted to drive around the entire city and find all the landmarks, you just wanted to be that virtual tourist that I've seen so many people talk about.
Oh yeah.
There's value here.
You could spend a dozen hours in this game. Absolutely.
And I think that's kind of what pisses me off is that they made this entire city and didn't take enough advantage of it.
Sure. Yeah, true. They didn't populate it enough, you know.
Give me those random street crimes, give me more side missions, give me more main story missions. Man, and I really just hope this is Rockstar going, don't worry guys, we're into VR. We are checking it out. We're experimenting with it, and this was our experiment.
Yeah.
And let's come on, guys. Come on, Rockstar. We really need a Grand Theft Auto VR.
Oh my god.
I don't care if it's Grand Theft Auto 5.
Right.
PlayStation 5 VR launch title. Please and thank you.
Unbelievable.
Please and thank you.
Right.
Right.
Pick up was it Elysium? Maybe Rockstar can pick that up and release that game. Was that like?
Yeah, it's still in development.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they're still doing it. It's just a couple guys doing it in this very time. Kickstarter didn't work. Yeah. So,
well.
We want to know what you guys thought of L.A. Noire, the VR case files.
Yeah.
Just awesome addition to the PSVR library.
Oh, absolutely.
Even with its issues.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Fun game.
Let us know in the comments below. Also, let us know what other games you want us to play. Man, I think we got some really cool ones coming up.
We do have some good ones.
Diverse selection, we'll say.
Yeah, very.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but let us know because, man, we always want to make that list longer than it already is.
And it's getting longer.
For another episode of Why We Love PlayStation VR, I'm Brian Paul.
And I'm Jeremy King.
And we'll see you
next week.
That's right.